Hi guys, this is Mrs. Gassler. In this video we're going to do a third example of Coulomb's law. In this one we're going to be trying to find something that is not the electric force. So I've already written out the example. If you would like to pause and write down that example before I get started, that's acceptable. Let me make sure the whole thing's in the screen here. Okay, so here's the example. A point charge of positive 0.07 coulombs is 0.5 meters from another point charge. It feels a force of 7.56 times 10 to the 7th newtons. The force is pushing it away from the second charge. A, what is the sign of the other charge? And B, what is the amount of the other charge? So to answer question A, let's draw a picture. Okay, so here's my point charge that is the plus 0.07 coulombs, and 0.5 meters away I have this other point charge that is of unknown value. Now it says here that it's pushing it away, which means the force is directed this way, and so there's a force directed this way. Now if they're pushing like this, what sign does this one have to have? Well, since they're opposite direction, that must mean they are the same sign. Opposites attract, likes repel, so they've got to be likes here, so they're the same sign. So this must be positive, okay? Also, okay, so the next thing I have to do is find the force. So remember, the electric force is Q1 Q2 over R squared. It tells me that I've got Q1, I'm going to write my givens here. Q1 is 0.07 positive coulombs. My force is at 7.56 times 10 to the 7th newtons, and K is always a given, 9 times 10 to the 9th Newton meters squared per coulomb squared, and then I've got that distance, which is 0.5 meters. So my unknown is Q2. Okay, so now I'm going to plug everything in. Well, I've got my equation right here. There's my equation. So I'm going to plug everything in. I'm going to substitute. Okay, so I've got 7.56 times 10 to the 7th newtons. I've got 9 times 10 to the 9th Newton meters squared per coulomb squared. I've got 0.07 coulombs. Q2 is what I'm looking for, so I just leave it there. And the distance is 0.5 meters squared. Don't forget the squared. Okay, so let's focus in on this here. Now this is a simple order of operations or solving for X in math class. If it helps you to drop the units, see that the newtons cancel out and the meters cancel out, and one of the coulombs does, so the unit is going to end up being coulombs here. Okay, so I'm going to start with my, let's see, I'll do the 0.5 squared, so, and the 9 times 10 to the 9th. Okay, so 9 times 10 to the 9th times 0.07, my calculator says is a really big number. It's 6.3 times 10 to the 8th. And then I still have Q2 up there. And then 0.5 squared is 0.25. And then I still have my 7.56 times 10 to the 7th over here. Now, working with exponents is always fun. You can do this a variety of different ways. You could cancel out some of those because they're both on the same side, and at times you could just leave them there and do all the calculations. So I got to multiply both sides by the 0.25 to get that away, 0.25. So 0.25 times 7.56 times 10 to the 7th, and I get 1.89 times 10 to the, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 7. And so then I still have my 6.3 times 10 to the 8th. Q2, got to divide by that, times 10 to the 8th, divide by 6.3 times 10 to the 8th. That's going to go away, so I'm going to have Q2 here. So 1.89 times 10 to the 7th, divided by 6.3 times 10 to the 8th. And I end up with 0.03. Now remember, it's also positive, so I'm going to put positive on there, and it's coulombs for the unit, so there is my value. Again, if you have any questions about how to enter this into your calculator or how to be able to work with those exponents, do ask. Now, if you want to see another example of where you find the distance, watch the next example. Thanks.